and the most authoritative political, social current affairs talk show. Koku Mauli Nanegbe says, Obi, unless Honorable Ejapamesa is not aware, the issues that took us to the IMF in 2015 are consequences of the implementation of the single spine salary structure, shortfalls in taxes and royalties because of a drop in crude oil receipt from Jubilee fields, donor partners' inability to meet promises, among others. Fact. But truth be told, Honorable Ejapamesa seemed dazed by the exceedingly successful conduct of the NDC presidential primaries and His Excellency John Maham's overwhelming endorsement at the polls. Hashtag 2021 JM Beba. And to where Koku Mawuli Nanegbe. Nedia or de Abreyen any. This one says that Obi, there is this position by the NDC which makes me confused. Are they saying during the 2016 elections they were not solidly behind Mahama? During their primaries, they gave Mahama 95%. Yet at the national elections, we saw 44%. So if Mahama had 95%, what is new? So are Ghanaians going to vote for the man who ran or said in 38 radio and TV advert against Free Senior High School? Are we going to vote for a man who said planting for food and jobs is not possible? I now believe that the NPP can break the 8-year cycle. Nana Hesi or Jiri. Nedi odi abreye enono. James, my membrana me musa. Ebia kase okay to going into 2020. And then a beya for from the NDC. What will be new?
Medase. In the first place, it is not true. And you know, say NDC ana Enkai Mampeni John Dramani Mahama Ekorani 38 adverts against Free Senior High School. Indeed, Obi Biara who wants to be fair to the facts. Ebejia Tumuse Enkai Mampeni John Dramani Mahama Penso. And I started near your friend said progressively free senior high school. It's a matter of public record. It's no use arguing about it. It was launched, it was outdoored, and the program started. Near MPP was that they were going to introduce free senior high school for all students. Sukun Kwadai Nina Womo SS. Womo and how did they roll out the program? Womo shall say with year one. Anamebwa. Ena year one for no do year two. Ena year one say year 2, year 1.
Yes.
Is that not progressively free? I mean, I don't want to lose sleep again over a matter that the facts are there in the public domain. So be say and you're progressively free. As some says, will be say, are they in a form 3, 4, 9, no more one bachelor exam? See, why are they fee paying students? It's a matter of public. Well, in some people who can look, our 4 hour one more form 3. They know that they pay fees. Into Kokachrom say, Nyawoyen is not progressively free and now BBA. I think they look at you and they laugh and they know that. And yet, Ukraine woody at the Acheroman. Inti NDC has never been opposed. That's the starting point. Now, near Etia BM and so NSM. Sa reaction yen if ye no more MPP on. And ya dear ye young one. Yes, sir. I didn't I almost said diet. Oh, I won't say. Abana ye kotu ye ne ho results anase ho sunsan so no ebeda edwan wan susuda ese anka ebeba ne sa. They had planned their whole game plan ne senka yebeto abano no ma benya bibia ka se wo hwe mu krampo a ekuo ne mu ache enye obi a no di John Mahama echi ene ne nkeka ho. And now that omo nya baby sa emfa ne no na ato omo se omo de nsem ne nam baby a be a wamokeka near wamopen. But again, to say the amidi can come mamin can be a mamudi. We knew who quite say will be can't will be casabwa asheniyam. Sebi neokano say ne kwanso say ne kwanso non campesa me can for problems and one wise and yes. Say neor cano say ne kwanso say ne kwanso say fa kwemu say fa kwemu. What the ane say ubeti on asempa oni pana enya adwin. Inti sana kan bi mamin kan amamu no eno etie. Hwe so we besha ansana yebekosa abatwe. And I like to stay on message. Ansana yebekosa abatwe. Ni ana MPP for ni bi e kan say oh as a John Mahama kra there mo de ne ba de ye koko kra esan say 2016 no when din kunim na saa ngrofo we na ya wo mo ka no ya na mo refi say 2008 2012 ni na the same candidate o mo de ne ba in when din kunim ya na wo mo refi ana so Bruno be ka say willful forgetfulness say Sani Pakrona na ye de ne ba en na nkan mampani John Dramani de ne chika from and they are on the campaign trail no maybe we bet kaya ebetoja say almost say e bia na nko me kai say sada na nkan mampani John Dramani Mahama okwa probo ni okan ni say there be NPP for momfa na nambra isan say media me bonya me so mpa ye say yesi ahene for wo NDC mun beto aba na mame no mo to aba ne mame a munim say Ekosiisen 2012 ne 2016 nyina no yedi MPP so in 2012 yedi MPP so nkonim 2016 ena ye ending nkonim inti se anakwakoye 11 momfa ne mra ne enko 2020 na no nye final champion of champions inti wano de che se waye crado na wutie sa ankrofo kro ye omo MPP yimo omo sorry ajo Muhammad mo de ne ba koko the next minute omo say na den na papa mo de ne ba say ombra me contest eti amra ntenye ne kwanso no ye nenye ne kwanso no nti ye de no court. You know, I think that our friends in the MPP should be clear what they really want, because they are blowing hot and cold. Napotoka Rebecca said they are making themselves clear in both ways. In one breath, we want John Mahama to come and contest. In another breath, the man is unqualified to contest. Where really do you stand on this matter? But no, NDC muni yehwe. And the result, you see, there are a lot of things. And some bebre wo ho ye betimi de aka efi sa abato na ye to ye hu sunsun so no. Ekosiisen on Samia Wuku Kasa or Kasa delegates and your mistake. Yeah. NDC delegates are clear what they want. Enipa bako mienu miensa enai enum insia enson mako nson and call into this contest. If they didn't like a particular candidate, it would have been obvious from the results. 95.23%. Yeah. It tells you, say, the delegates know what they want. Omu wojidie ewo John Mahama amemu a obu yenim. Omu wojidie wonimu for 2020 abana ayeba ababetun. Enti the union mo NPP mu se womu pew. Se womu mpew. Se nsuo mu. Se wiemu. Se desuo mu. Se anopo ewie wanajo 2020 no. John Dramani Mahama no ono ena yede ne eba. Na nya se yede ne ba keke se or you're relatively young, no no brand here and an. It's also going to be about message. It's also going to be about track record. Now, yeah, yes, it's agro beswa if you are not pa. Eja.
Ekosiisen
if you are not pa. O my Ghana na you woman say you to aba mau na oba banmu. In fear any addition
4 years.
Me that's it. In fear 9 and then me no work say. MPP in fear me and some normal way you. Na sa amanyo kwe I no more abemu. One share yen bosse omo ba abemu no mo ba abemu. Omo bema one constituency bia $1 million per year. In fear me and some honorable mesanati hey. Mr. Utimi bisa me ye mrashe bidwamni intimi dia minimum money say abine ma obi $1 million per constituency. In fear me and money no $3 million they owe.
On physical cash.
What was the promise? No MPP constitution
manifesto.
MPP manifesto. What was the promise? The promise was to give every constituency $1 million a year. The promise was to give every constituency a factory. The promise was to give every constituency a warehouse. The promise was to give every village, and that certainly includes my village.
No, in the 3 northern regions.
One village, one dam.
I know you're the 3 northern.
No. Almost say me nyame Adam. Enkai Mampeni John Dramani Mahama Daroma 275 constituencies no ko in Medinechi in every single constituency. Makwa probo me ne omo on the ground akasa openi oti he no an say onya phone calls no okona oba ma omo mfre no omo nchire ne baby ayaye dams no ewo na omfan tudwa na yenhu. You know, it's going to also be about record. It's going to be about womo share boss say womo ba ban mu po womo ba besi 350 senior high schools and amebo.
No, 2012.
As in they bagged off that one.
That I don't know, but the name said 2012.
When I was here, nyame adom adwuma wo ye ntine na wunya MPP ni na wunya MPP ni ochina wunya ND.
No,
Senior, with the greatest of respect, if she say me ba adwumadi so maybe I work as a media obuo any need amount. I don't interject. I have shown you great deference, and I think that I deserve same. I don't deserve any less from you because you are an MP. I'm treating you with utmost respect, and you should do same. You should do same.
Suggesting to you that
James,
I don't want to be distracted. I don't want to be distracted. I've shown you great difference.
Let me do that. My main point is
you better correct him.
Don't worry. Allow me to do my job.
What are we talking about?
James, proceed.
The last time I mean to be ba and somewhere course or hana nyefe. Me mpese bi besi wa. Enti na wo hwa mmiri bia opanini kasa nia menne na adwen kra nyepe wo ho no.
We ko ma yeah. Noted.
Obuo na mede ma no.
Noted.
So be a member of parliament. Ese odi obuo.
Yeah.
Ema no. Esan se odi mpatamu bi enim. Wan fo obuo ama na ho na bebu no. But in equal measure, se me di obuo ma wa, you have to do same to me because I don't deserve any less. Noted.
Lawyer Mesa,
as I speak, and you interject. Even as I speak, and you interject. You are doing same.
If you do that, then I will not appear on this show.
Don't worry. No.
Let's put it for the record.
You will not threaten anybody.
He made reference to.
Messi. Let me do the questioning. Let me do the questioning. And you will not threaten anybody. Mpocho.
So when you say me enye ne di kan news, say me ni obi hia na kasa na yesen ametwen. Onipa ni si abutre no ye.
No, come back to one seminar now. On 350 na me say 2012 promise. Let's proceed.
And me bi sa asa nye bi o ma twen no asan ana. I mean, so yeah. What is this? I mean, I have not come here to fight. I've come to show great respect to the listeners because this is a serious program and this is public space.
James,
so
your concern has been well expressed. Thank you.
Medase. You know, enti I mean, I can give you. I was not even about to talk about broken promises. And the wisher or my woman. Yeah, bambonsam etising. Let me say yenya because somewhere, somehow, I'm still involved in the way media things get done. Yenya swali. I know what obikotuni to Ekosiisen bambonsam. Yes, obi efi GPH nifie edenisi. So when ye niema ye bit me aye no katasu mumu so and ma ambasa me ba be kan sem we ba hwe ba bia ye defa ye na se me defa hobi na metene niema nsa dia etie ene o hwe aproba enka mampani John Dramani Mahama koye obeka ya ye de nkrata bia president bi to dwa na ye kire se bebi bebre okoye ni amanfo kan se adan na ni nyuma na wo ye no eye akwan esukuu dan ne hospitals in particular. These were the concerns expressed all over this country. Say baby o ye bedru ye 2017 7 January 2017 akwan ne baby o ye bedru ye no enne ehwa aneda so sukuu dan ne bi wo ho a mfofo na afa eho enyina I mean enwura ena ene ewo ho ena hospitals
but mine is over 21 of those e-blocks.
Well, so abine come so me chiro nya me call ye no
okay
inti hwe wo kwa ni amanfo ni kan say no almost one be one village one dam uko hu yes bibi say friend say dugout ni say I as a contractor e bi opesan ko ye mo ni mo ha fan of kwan ɛkwan yɛ da mo anim ha yi na wakɔ bɛyɛ traffic light ne nkyɛn mu hɔ baabi na ɔde caterpillar akɔ fam no wetu enwia na ɔde aba bɛyɛ tokuro na ɛda hɔ no nsuo tɔ na ɛkɔkɔtae mu a those are some of the things that we have seen and shamefully hwɛ baako wonam kwan ne so kɔ sɛ kyerɛ afram plains mu hɔ baabi a wobɛhu sɛ adeɛ no ɛsi ɛkwan no ho wobɛkɔ akɔhwɛ no ɛyɛ sɛ caterpillar etu ɛfam saa kɛkɛ. I mean, so there's some kind of honesty that is missing from the present day politics now. Say lofty ideas now. You can say opening kasa no can be bifa. Keta se share ni proye. You can put say corruption. Now say ya make say Transparency International. The corruption perception index be ebetuja. I'm not sure that is Ghana's best performance. I am not sure that record beat the NDC's record and Ura John Dramani Mahama record. And Transparency International is the most credible body for measuring corruption. So, no, they are eternal. Inti, they make can you say. So, in one breath, MPP for say Modu Mahama, Yepe Mahama. In another breath, Modu Mahama, the eternal say. I say ye DJs competition. Your radio station, the main find example. As a powerful a DJ, and yes, say Obi, Adam for and so DJ. Now with yes, Adam for say namode Obi badia ye be beatimo. Na I can say competition na ye come. Mo pese mo win. Mo dia ne say mo pese mo din kunim wo akansi enim. Enti anya mo MPP for ena mo ba be kire yen a ye wo NDC mo ne ayemfa ne mra. In any case, the voters have shown clearly say one tie John Dramani Mahama echi. Na abana ye kwakoto in 2020. It's about message. It's about track record. It's about delivery. It's also going to be about what this government has done or has not done. And no na make sure say yama wumfie nine. Na wabe do it was a wumfie miensa asie no. Anye bia promises na mu ne wan na wo ba be di so na wo hwe eduru me bia ya di tumi sha wonsa ashase ndi ankrofoni nse ena aban na omokoye no omo anye niema yi omo antuto o kan sa bosumi edi kan bosumi mienu bosumi nsia afie chi mfie mienu mfie mensa no sa ansam no kan ento obi atrim enti ne yedi tumi no ehye wonsa ne owo ho no nka manfo pe na se ne na etie na anka one ansesan na ma minchro.
But James, my campaign also cannot just be on the feelings of the NPP.
No, your campaign.
Yeah, make more messaging.
Yes, I say. Ne se si ankra me no kasa no. De ti ankasa ne se enkai mampani John Dramani Mahama. The campaign team now form we bearership. Okay. Precisely. So I don't have a mandate to tell you what the NDC is going to do. But I can reasonably surmise. Say it's going to be about record, it's going to be about the NDC's record against the MPP's record, it's going to be about the delivery, and it's going to be about the message. And that's I can reasonably surmise that that's certainly what it is going to be about. Not me demasem baby and because papa bi in one of the places, as some of share and come and penny John Dramani Mahama Okachen say, oh penny men two aba say enu me honda. Ne neusha said your mind is kasem no ayena. Menu muhumri bia na me lusiska. Mestre say,
or ye day party ni.
De minim. Or him say jabia businessman. Or best say, Anka Ghana for beye na dum. Na ya to aba ama John Dramani Mahama in 2020 na nka o meye Ghana sikasem no se nia net here in 2016 in oteni acha se nia net here o John Mahama aban no emu me te he menya importer me nkra ne mfie bruchiri mfa ma medidwa ye nuan mo mo aboso kan won na de bia wo mu di ye ka akoni aba
yes
ewo ports wo mo na de bia wo mo sesa sika no mo dia koto dollar no mo dia kra niam no mo dia ba mesrew be phone line na bisa om se ne etesen ko kuma sika yetia ne nkeka ho na bisa om se no etesen ntenya ha na me ba betina na be kan book mu abrofo akese. The people who are on the ground and deal with the currency issues every day, they know it, they feel the impact, and they know how much value they lose. One crackers from Nabisom say ene etisen. Na Eban say enkane ansem ne nkeka ho anu po de I won't waste my time because I'm say yamamu one of my stations ene anyway ansan man no be say no I'm say mri bi a ye wa ban mu no ne ana ekoso ne say nkan na sa time no Dr. Mahmoud Baumi or your lectures be say restoring the value of the cedi me hwe anim say nane ni chinen obeye sa anhyehyɛ ni bi because ye nyina ye hu say cedi no esi ni trase na say lectures no etimi manage na omra meye back no mfa mo a esan so no wo aban mu na ne ameka ne say obi biara odisika hu adwa ana oton ade no utimi ko shop esan say onipa no ene okwakoto dollar na cedi no de bebre na akwakosesa ni betimi akwa aba na de chia na mienu no na ebo no asa adan na nsen ya na metie mu station ba ko say Joy FM so that maybe eka say in the last few days no esan say exchange losses nti sika o losing on a weekly basis or say on a daily basis na nya de keto nti me ma metena nka book mu brofo akese o wo bie phone lines na yan ma menom won di dwa won kra niema free China eko Dubai eko Turkey kofa ntare edeba no bisa wom be kire wom kra te sa economics no ase echen sa pen paper de na ya ebetena ne akeka no brofo akese no. So the evidence is there on the ground. Well, edumre bia esese ye nyina ye kakasa ne se Ghana for sade no na enkoyi a enye no na de ba be ye amanyo sem. Esan se enema bo ne epeja obie account ene kame ene ka maame na okra niema no edeba no saa na bozo kan fo edi niema ebegu ho no wontimi nton ana so wo muton wie na ebia ode be yese $20,000 na kra niema ne ba ene oton niema ne wie a obenya be $16,000 na saa difference no kwakonya wen no. So those there are real issues that we need to look at and talk about. I mean, divide over politics, but basi pese na man yonsem a say any politics na no na yenam.
Mate, we'll do the wrapping up comment. Remember lawyer Mesa ho nansa na Kojak Farmer Limited say me fantom anim say any original Procold no or more na e de buy say flu uti na ye wo ya kata cold. What run Procold PROCOLD. Kojak Farmer logo no ebo ho and Kojak ne spelling the KOJACH logo ne bo ho kama fake ones be abami nti wo to a na wahwe ne e de amayen enen so ye de Kojak F any Kojak P toothpaste no aba Kojak F and a Kojak P mouth wash and a Kojak sensitive toothbrush ne de ne nyina aba me pa cho mo gum bleeding utwitwi wusin utimu se moja no edoso bebre a me pa cho pe Kojak P toothpaste and a mouthwash nibi. Say a mild and so they are no pe Kojak F toothpaste and a mouthwash. No ninja also kai say ube use Kojak sensitive toothbrush no. O kai shi drug lane Kojak Farmer ewo ho fre 0249 209 920 na one yen enkasa and a burglar proofing papa panso ebebo ufie ho ban safety doors and a window grills papa pano Trelidor Ghana and ede aba enti bomo de na wasifie na wie wa your office awie boho ban ko paper burglar proofing papa Africa's strongest burglar proofing a free Trelidor Ghana free 0561 242424 na one won into me any enkomo la mesa pocho yenteo any other business as we wrap up.
Dishonesty no boku yan okruma dishonest insincerity no bokuyen Ghana kruma abandoned projects. NDC full they have the audacity to talk of abandoned projects. Emma contracts without financing.
Ekosiisen on
housing projects are President Kufuor started. When they came to power, what did they do to them? Abadinawaye scattered across the country. What did they do? Why abandoning? Today, they sit here and talk of e-blocks that government is looking for money to finance and complete. That in fact, some 20 plus have been completed under this government. Why do we do this to ourselves? Eka insecurity, you mentioned Ahmed Swale. Unfortunate. What happened to Fenekochi in this country when you were in government? What happened to a sitting member of parliament? JB Dankwedu. What happened to him? Yet Nabat Naha. Akaka. Look, Obi, share. And you breathe, I had them why I'm here. Oh, yes. Abada. To suggest or to seem to agree with Muniadi in there, but disrespect no program you do.
My agreement was with the fact that all Kasa beam.
No,
on a message. No more Kasa me.
Yeah, but it's not ending now. I haven't interjected in his submissions. Yes. I don't agree with him either. But he made reference to a specific document, which is the MPP manifesto. Okay, 1 million per constituency. From there,
yes,
he said he had it, and he made reference to 1 district, 1 factory, 1 village, 1 dam, and mentioned 350 secondary schools.
Yes.
Is it in the manifesto?
No, some chendo 20.
So if I say to him that refer to the manifesto that you say you have a quote copiously from it, is that disrespect?
No, the disrespect in the sense that all Kasana Ebim.
How is that disrespect? Making reference to pointing him to a document that he says he has that he's making references to. How is that disrespect? How? MPP promised that in 2012, when we get the power to implement our free SHS program, we're going to build 350 secondary schools. Our friends on the other side started 200. So, would it be prudent for MPP to come in 2016 to promise another 350?
On Asempa FM.
And it's not in our manifesto of 2016. But deliberately, they make references to it. That 350 secondary schools now are in. We didn't promise the people of Ghana 350 secondary schools in 2016 because we knew that the e-blocks that our friends have started would serve to provide classroom blocks when they are completed in that space. Into all make economic sense. They are the Ghana Sika. Yet the another 350. 1 village, 1 dam. Obi. Yeah, MPPM manifesto. Make a copy of her. Also, dugout. What is a dam? Dam nearby block flowing water. Now, etum unsunu unsunu one run away. Na etum may use unsuna block no to farm. So if there's no flowing water, how can you build a dam? What we said there will facilitate the provision of community-owned and managed small-scale irrigation facilities, especially in the northern Ghana, through the policy of 1 village, 1 dam. So essentially what we promised is irrigation facilities. Now, if se unsuto, na si ebotu me aye dugout obotu wa contain unsuno, so people can use it in places where there is no flow, water flowing. So the water can be stored for a longer period during the dry season. Now for that farming. Is that not irrigation facility? But in their thinking, because that is a program under the 1 village, 1 dam, what they go about telling the people of Ghana, they are promised dams, and we are doing dugouts. This is the text of our manifesto. We promise irrigation facilities under a certain program, and that is what we are providing. Also, I go round on the ground. He didn't see any set things being built. Mr. Mahama hasn't made reference to it. That we promised them and we are building dugouts. How does he use those as references to buttress his point? This was the promise to the people. And utter swim. Because you don't know why you're farming, no, when you then your baby and the rivers were Ubotu build the dam. But Unsunonko flow, Waba South, Waba Sunweko Gupum. But that's a ban Otum provide huge dugouts in Suta, Obosto, or whatever I want farming. It is better. And that's exactly what is happening. In places a ban Obotum wire dam, where there are rivers, what channel wire dams, my water irrigation, it is happening. And look, we can tickle ourselves. So,
okay.
Yan who the Obotum Yenu na yasro. But the reality is, look, and 1 million per constituency. I mean, 1 million coastal development secretariat. Where a project in my constituency, and they are doing projects across the country. What happened? First year, MPP yaba allocate 1 million per constituency. Remember, infrastructure for poverty eradication program, IPEP. Every constituency in the country will be allocated the equivalent of 1 million annually to finance capital expenditure on upgrading and improving infrastructure and or developing new facilities, especially in rural deprived communities. This will be done through the development authorities. Northern, Middle Belt, and Coastal will be the primary executing agencies on the IPEP. 2017, and Abana passed a law. Yes, setting up development authorities training now. His Excellency the President or assented to it sometime in December of 2017. Indeed, because development authorities know on your reading, the ministry actually went around and did assessments and started projects. But not many was done. In this can also on your statutory fund. I say, or budget now I expend that or roll over to another year. And this explanation has been given. And yet, can be wafa or that and the rationale. Yabo Bombay, ma ya build your institutions, but yet to me roll in clear good initiative out going forward. No, we are sitting and playing political chess with it. What's the rationale behind it?
Okay,
that every year development yet decisions you take no, our people on the ground do not have a benefit. Into going forward, no, yes, set up development authorities. You need a certain portion from our development budget, capital expenditure budget. May you impact directly. Go and look at the projects that are happening in Adiambra and other places in my constituency.
Mate, Lawyer Mesa Mate.
And go to other communities in this country. So, to the extent that our budget accommodates, the projects are being done. This year budget, you saw it there. The equivalent of 1 million per constituency has been provided for. The development authorities are fully in place. And Maka, and I'll say it again, 2021 will finish our 4-year mandate. Our friends on this side will not have a message because the fact will be on the ground for all to see.
Lawyer Andrew Ejapa Mesa, MP Secondary Constituency. Honorable Ajeni Mboate,